the left-hand side under the calendar section, we now have some of it looks almost identical to the way it did, and it's because I was able to use the original code that we had, but I made modifications to it. So one of the modifications that, actually, I'm going to do some of the simple stuff first. Laura, whenever you're in any of the calendar items, it doesn't matter whether it is schedule or month or week, it doesn't really matter anymore. Up here at the top is a search, and then I can just start typing in whatever, and then it will immediately show me anything that matches the subject of that activity.
Okay.
I click on the X, and then it'll show it. So if I've got a listing appointment, I can type in list, and then if it has the word list in it anywhere, then it will find it. If I wanted to know, Smith, if Smith is in the name, then it will show me the activity. So whatever you type in anywhere inside the subject line, it should find it and then display that in the search.
Will it go next 2, 3, 4 months out, or is it just for that month?
So whatever month, week, day view, whatever you're in. So if I'm in the month view and I say Smith, then it finds everywhere Smith is at in that month.
Okay.
And then if I go next, then it's still just finding Smiths. I only have a couple of them. So as you move from month to month, it will still show it.
So it'll be just for that month then?
For whatever month you're viewing.
Okay.
I mean, as you move from month to month, it refreshes it and will find just the ones that have whatever you're searching for.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Okay. I forget if it was somebody asked last week about hiding the completed items. So we've added an option, an on-off option.
Right.
If you've got something that's been completed and you don't want to see your completed, you can turn them off now. And it doesn't matter what view you're in, turning on or turning off, that'll be available. So now you can see which ones you still have left to do by simply turning off the completed ones, and you don't have to worry about whether it's dim or not. So hope you like that. The month view has taken a totally new design. Before it was less than appropriate for really using it. Now all of these month items, you can just drag and drop them to wherever you want them. If things change or whatever, things change, then it refreshes the screen. If you've got a lot of things in a certain area, it now shows all of them. So the row of that week will grow to the largest number of activities that are showing, whatever that is. So, as you change things, it'll then shrink up as well. So that's a big one. Now,
that's great, Mark.
Good. I'm glad you like that.
Yeah. No, I'm looking at my other screen and I'm looking at it, and it's awesome. Thank you. Yeah.
So now, one of the things that we had previous was whenever you go into an activity, say I would have to click on it and then choose the little checkbox to complete it. And whenever I completed it, it completed it. Now, because I have completions turned off, as soon as I did that, it removed it from the calendar. So if I wanted to turn it back on, I can then see that it got completed. The way we did this previous is if you needed to uncomplete something, you just uncheck the checkbox and it uncompletes it. So no big deal. If there are activities that have checklists or they have actions, then whenever you were in here, it would pop up and do that process. what we've done is we've now made these boxes do the exact same thing. So if I want to complete this item, I just check it right there. I don't have to worry about going into the details of it to complete it. If it has a checklist, if it has actions, those actions and checklists will pop up on the screen as well. I don't know that I've got any on actually here, checklist. So let me uncomplete this one here. I think. There we go. So whenever I go to complete it, it then comes in and it shows me my checklist. If I have anything unchecked or whatever, then it will keep it unchecked. So everything that it did whenever you were clicking into it and viewing it does the exact same thing just by clicking on the little checkbox itself now.
And you don't have to long hold it. I just completed something.
Correct.
And it's just a click and a click to unclick it.
Correct.
Unmark it. That's awesome.
Correct. The other thing that we discussed, and I forget who asked, I think it was Victor. Let me go to today.
Repeats.
Oh, so I got it. So whenever I'm in my list here, one of the things that we were doing is if, like right now, I've got this set for the hour. It's 60, every 60 minutes is an activity. If I change it to 30 minutes, then it breaks these little cells up into 30-minute segments. What we were doing, however, was whenever you clicked into one of those 30-minute segments and you put in, an activity of some sort, it was automatically ending on the hour instead of the half hour, which is the block that it's in. Now it will break by whatever block you're in, so you can deal with that. What the other part of that is whenever you're dragging something, if you drag it somewhere close, it now clicks into that next available slot.
Awesome.
So it's not by the minute like it was. However, if you want it by the minute, you can hold your control or your command key down, and as you drag it, it will keep it to where it's at. So on your keyboard, if you use your control or your command key, if you're on a Mac, you hold that down and still move it with your mouse and let go, then it will do it by the minute. But if you just don't have your control key down, it locks it, it snaps it to that next available spot. Make sense?
Yep.
Hey,
Awesome.
Mark.
Thank you.
Yes.
It's Victor. By the way, this is a game changer. I can't thank you enough on this. This is how I run my day.
Good.
I was testing it earlier. So when you bring it down from an all-day event onto the 30-day intervals, it still snaps to a 1 hour. Is there a way to shorten that to 30?
I'll get that for you, Victor.
Thanks.
Small thing, but I did colorize this blue whenever, so it's easier to see instead of just the outline. No big deal there. Okay, we now have repeats. So if I come in here and say Tuesday at 6 o'clock, do a repeat, and I go into more options, there's now this repeat area. It's always been there, but it didn't work well with that other control, and I just hit it because I didn't want to mess with it at the time. Everybody's wanting it. I get it. You need repeats. So what you can do is click on the down arrow. Do I want to repeat daily, every day, every other day, when do I want to end, either by never ending, make it end until a certain date, or end after a certain number of counts. So if I do daily for, let's just say 4 days from Tuesday, so it'll go in there and it'll add it in. So now I've got repeats. The problem that I'm running into, which this is one I didn't want to hold back yet, but if I do this, and if you've got Google Sync turned on, it synchronizes just fine. The problem happens is if you start using exceptions to these. So if it's something that repeats every day at a certain time, or every week at a certain time, no problem. But whenever you drag it, say you create an exception for a date, that synchronizes fine to Google, but it starts getting weird whenever I go to complete these activities. You can do any kind of, you do have to go into the more options instead of doing it from here. There's a lot more things that you can do, properties and stuff like that, but that repeat piece is in there. We can do weekly, say we want to do it on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6:30 to 7:30, never ending or whatever. And it can go through there and do its thing. And if I go and look at the month view, then it'll be in there Tuesdays and Thursdays at that time. Everything works the way it's supposed to that way. The other thing is, and I did this, I'm not sure that I talked about it. You do have the ability to set your own default color in your calendar. I set it to red just for testing purposes. By default, I think it's normally gray, but you now can set your default colors whenever you want to do a certain activity or whatever. It will add it to whatever that default color is. So nothing major there. Dashboard. Okay, so to go along with all of this, the changes that are associated with this, the calendar stats, whenever you're in here, say I've got things to do today, we now have checkboxes here as well. So I can complete these right here and it refresh and do the count and stuff. All of these now have the ability to either check or uncheck by the checkbox that's there. Likewise, let's go to a contact. These are bogus leads. These are not real people. So in the calendar, similarly, checkboxes in here. So as you complete things, you can just check them there. If they have actions or checklists, you can deal with them right here whenever you're going through the process. Mark them complete. Once they're complete, you can go into the complete side, and then you can also uncomplete them if you want to uncomplete them. You can certainly do that.